So I checked the other day because I had a feeling that Bad Idea Right was going to be one of my most listened to songs of this year. It's my most listened to song of all time. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I don't know how to start my videos, especially not with an album that I am this excited about, okay? I am so excited to be sitting down and listening to Guts by Olivia Rodrigo. This is the album that I've been looking forward to more than any other album this year. I love Olivia's music. I love the whole vibe of everything we've gotten from this album so far, and I have really, really high expectations for this album, to the point where I'm gonna be really disappointed if I don't like this album. I love the singles so much. Bad Idea Right is actually my most listened to song of all time, according to my Last FM account. I don't know what she put in that song, but it's so addicting. I also really love Vampire. Like, I just am so excited for this album. The track that I would say I'm claiming off this album is All American Bitch. I don't know why, okay? As far as expectations for this album, I am expecting grunge. I am expecting early 2000s pop punk. I am expecting anger, but I'm also expecting a lot of sadness because I feel like Sour is such an emotional roller coaster. I mean, you listen to Brutal and then you listen to Traitor and you're listening to such different emotions, but they're both so powerful and so passionate. And that's what I love about Bad Idea Right and Vampire so far. They're both so passionate in their own ways. Vampire especially is just really, really passionate. So I'm so excited for the passion and the energy that I know she's about to bring with this album. I'm excited for the anger, I'm excited for the bitterness, but I'm also excited for the sad moments, and I'm also excited for the ballads. Something that's interesting to me though is how different Bad Idea Right and Vampire are. They're such starkly different songs, and so going in I'm like, are we gonna get more of the Bad Idea Right vibe, or is it gonna be more of a Vampire vibe, or is it gonna be a little bit of both? I'm never able to predict what sort of journey she's gonna take me on, so, but it is out. The first track is All American Bitch. If I had to guess going in, I mean, everyone sees Olivia Rodrigo as this like it girl, right? Like America's sweetheart. And so I'm guessing she's gonna spin that and she's gonna say, I'm an all-American bitch or something like that. She's gonna take some sort of spin on the fact that everyone thinks that she's this perfect type of girl, but really she's not, because no one is like capable of being that. Okay. I'm choking, okay. Okay.
I pay attention to things that most people ignore, and I'm alright with the movies that make jokes about senseless cruelty.
I have chills. What is this?
I'm not just what you need, and I make light of the darkness. I've got sun in my motherfucking pocket. Bless me, hide.
God, the transitions in this song.
I'm sexy and I'm kind and I cry.
I'm sorry, I literally don't know what to do while I listen to this.
I'm pretty when I cry.
Okay, so it transitioned into Bad Idea Right. Here's where I'm at emotionally, like in my mind. I'm trying to like not flip a table over, but I kind of do want to go run down the street and scream at the top of my lungs. Because what? I really don't know what that was, but I loved every second of it, to be completely honest with you. Actually, at the beginning of the song, I was like, girl, what are we doing? I feel like I'm on a porch. There's a little ditty going on. It's giving Lana Del Rey. That's how I felt at the beginning of the song. I was like, okay, this is the last thing I expected. And then it did get into the chorus, which was everything that I expected from the song. It did sound like the lyrics were kind of aligning with what I imagined. Like, I'm just gonna keep all my emotions inside. I'm gonna behave in this perfect way that people expect me to behave, and people often expect women to behave. That was like a masterpiece of a song. I will not be taking any other notes. That was one of the coolest songs I think I've ever heard in my life. I mean, the way it transitioned was insane. From start to finish, the transitions in that song didn't make any sense, and yet they completely worked. And anytime an artist does that, I'm gonna be floored. I'm gonna be shocked, because I don't know, like, that was unlike anything I have ever heard on the radio. The chorus was obviously giving me like grungy Paramore pop punk, but the verses were just a completely different thing, and I really, really loved it. And I am not surprised that I loved it, but at the same time, I'm wowed, because that just felt like such a quality album opener. Can we look at the lyrics really quick? Because I honestly don't really know what she said. And the outro of that song was so beautiful too. Like, I'm sexy and I'm kind and pretty when I cry. That was such a beautiful outro, and it didn't really feel like it should make sense with the rest of the song, but it totally made sense somehow. And that's what I think really creative, innovative music does. It takes something that you wouldn't expect to go together or to work and makes it work. But it's so interesting, the bridge, she says, with perfect all-American lips and perfect all-American hips, I know my place, and this is it. So she sort of knows how she's supposed to function in the ecosystem of society, obviously just according to like society's expectations that are often placed on women, and probably specifically on her, because she is seen as a role model and placed on this pedestal. And of course, not just women in Hollywood and in the industry, but also women in general are often expected to, you know, sit still and look pretty. And this song is kind of playing on that concept, and I think it's so genius. I really, really think this is a really, really, really good song. Aside from the fact that I just love Olivia's music, I really think this is such a cool song. Really gives me that energy from Bad Idea, right? That whole Paramore, punk rock, early 2000s, whatever kind of vibe. I'm here for it. Apparently. It's not always my thing, but today it is. So the next song is Bad Idea, right? And I love this song so much. I have literally, it is so addicting. I don't know what she put in it, but I had it on a loop for hours and hours and hours on end. I think I listened to it nonstop for like 10 hours. So people were so divided on it. I'm sorry. I think it's a banger. Obviously, you can have your opinion. You can hate it for all I care, but it's so good.
Hey.
And the transition into the knocking was insane. I just need to say that.
But I'm out right now and I'm all fucked up. It's a bad idea, right? Seeing you tonight. Fuck it, it's fine. Yes, I know that he's my ex, but can't two people reconnect? I only see him as a friend. Biggest lie I ever said. Now I'm getting in the car, wrecking all my plans. I know I should stop, but I can't. And I told my friends.
That part in the song is my favorite part in the song, because every single time it comes on, I stop what I'm doing in that moment. I just stop, and then I continue like dancing or doing whatever I'm doing after she says that line. And it's so fun. Like, I'll be folding my laundry and she'll say stop, and I'll stop what I'm doing. And then I'll continue to, it's the best decision you could ever make with your life.
I never said where. In his sheets. I pull up to your place. I just tripped and fell into his bed.
I love that song so much. That was kind of just me having a dance party. The next song is Vampire. Since I already reacted to it and I've already seen the music video, I'm going to go ahead and watch the live acoustic rendition she did. I have not seen this performance. I've been wanting to watch it, but I decided to hold off. I'm still just not over the fact that she started All American Bitch with like that country twangy sound. Maybe she started it like that because it was kind of like an Americana type of energy. Like, she wanted to bring this Americana vibe to the song right away. If that's the case, that's kind of genius. Yeah, fun fact, I tried to get tickets to see Olivia back when she had that tour, you know, with all those seats available in those giant venues. I know it's not really her fault, but I didn't get tickets, so I'm kind of purging my pain to this right now. Sing.
How's the castle built of people you pretend pretend to care about.
She sounds so good, so mature.
Look at you, cool guy, you got it.
Oh, give me that crackle.
'Cause I've made some real big mistakes, but you make the worst wanna look fine. You only come out at night. The way you sold me for parts, 'cause you sunk your teeth into me. I'm a bloodsucker, fame fucker, bleeding me dry like a goddamn vampire.
I've honestly never heard her sound this good.
God, I hate the way I called him crazy too. You're so convincing. How do you lie without flinching?
How do you lie? How do you lie?
What a mesmerizing, paralyzing, fucked up little thrill. Can't figure out just how you do it, and God knows I never will. And for me, not her. 'Cause girls your age know better.
Oh, I just want to say, the people that are making this song about Taylor Swift, I just want to put my 2 cents in. I do not think this song is about her. Obviously, I don't know. I don't know their personal lives. I don't know the dynamics of their relationship. But, like, I think y'all are stretching a little bit for that one. Like, maybe they have their issues, but why are we trying to, like, create this drama and this narrative that they hate each other? And I don't know. I'd rather just, like, not.
I used to think I was smart.
What's that thing on the floor? It's like half the screen.
You sold me for parts, just you sunk your teeth into me. I'm a bloodsucker.
Her upper register and upper range has grown and matured so much. I mean, obviously, like, as you grow up, your voice evolves and matures and all those things, but wow. Because when Driver's License came out, I remember she could not hit notes like this. She just couldn't. She didn't have the voice. But maybe she could. I don't know. What do I know? No, she's always had a good high range, hasn't she? But this is like different level, stratospheric. I do feel like I'm soaring to infinity and beyond every single time she goes up to those notes that, like, are literally in the stratosphere. Like, I don't make the rules. They are not on Earth. They are not here with us. Are the notes in the room with us? They aren't. I know that was a Gen Z joke, but just let me be. Piano!
I'll never understand. Oh.
Amen.
But you make the worst wanna look fine. I should like a goddamn vampire.
I mean, it was freaking beautiful. Like, what do you expect me to say? That was gorgeous. The thing that I loved the most about that performance was the mixture of strain and control in her voice. You could hear the strain, you could hear the cracks, but it sounded incredibly controlled. Her voice has matured beautifully. She sounded just absolutely incredible. So, like, I love that contrast of, like, you can hear that her voice is, like, trying to sing, if that makes sense. Like, you can hear the strain, but you can also hear that she has gotten so much better at singing and gotten so much more professional in her technique. So, very impressed with that performance. She's always been a talented singer, but that was definitely one of the best performances I've seen her do. The next one is Lacy. I do feel like this is about to be some sort of really specific narrative about a girl, kind of like Hope You're Okay, but it also could be like you wear a lacy shirt, you know what I mean? There could be a couple different meanings, but I'm clearly wrong about everything because I thought All American Bitch was just about to be a pop punk banger, and while it was also somehow like a country Americana banger at the same time, and so yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I imagined. I know it's been like 2 seconds.
Lacy, oh lacy, skin like puff pastry. Aren't you the sweetest thing on this side of hell? Eyes white as daisies. Did I ever tell you that I'm not doing well?
This feels like an Image song again.
Like perfume that you wear, I linger all the time, watching hidden in plain sight. Ooh, I try.
Who's Lacy? Should I know?
Sweetest torture, what could bear? Smart, sexy, lacy.
Wait.
I feel your compliments like bullets on skin.
have full body chills at that line. I feel your compliments like comets on my skin. That has got to be one of the best lines on the album so far. I mean, I love the writing on this album already. I really, really, really do. Is she coming out in this song? Genuine question. Is she coming out? Because it sounds like she's singing a love song to a girl named Lacey. I am gonna look up. I don't know who Lacey is. I'm filming this at midnight, so like I don't know anything about this. Like, I don't know what people have been saying about this. Like, the lyric at first, aren't you the sweetest thing on this side of hell, could be a meaning of like the people that say you're going to hell if you're gay. You know what I mean? So according to Genius, I mean, obviously this is not confirmed by Olivia herself, but it says that this song is about jealousy, which would make sense because Olivia has talked about jealousy, obviously, in her song, Jealousy, Jealousy, which, oh my gosh, is one of my favorite songs ever. I listen to that song whenever I am jealous, literally on a loop when I am jealous. And so is she about to give me another jealousy anthem? Because I would welcome it. We all have that person that we constantly look to and compare ourselves to. Yeah, so I'm really relating to this.
Like ribbons in your hair, my stomach's all in knots. You got the one thing that I want.
The one thing.
I try. Lacy, oh Lacy, it's like you're out to get me. You poison every little thing that I do.
I love this.
Lacy, and I despise my jealous eyes and how hard they fell for you. Yeah, I despise my rotten mind and how much it worships you.
Yeah, I related to that song really specifically. I mean, I think we all can relate to that song and that sentiment of that one person that we put on a pedestal. Yeah, I have a very specific person in mind when I listen to that song, so that's great. But there are multiple people I could relate that song to. I think sonically it was beautiful. It probably wasn't like my #1 favorite so far, but I thought it was really pretty. It was really nice to listen to. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl. Okay. That's not a ballad. I can't predict anything at this point.
Cat got my tongue, and I don't think I get along with anyone.
Me.
I'm on the outside with the greatest inside joke. Feels like my skin doesn't fit right over my bones. So I guess I broke the glass, I tripped the bell, I told secrets I shouldn't tell. I stumbled over all my words, I made it weird, I made it worse. I stepped outside.
No idea what she's saying. This is, I mean, it's not surprising that she called it Ballad of Homeschooled Girl, and then it's the opposite of a ballad, because that's very on brand for her, but it's just kind of funny. Like, I can't predict anything that's gonna happen in this album so far, and that's what I love. I love having experiences listening to music where I just don't really know what's coming next. It's so much more fun and engaging, and Cat got my tongue and I don't think I get along with anyone. I just love the lyrics on this album so far. I don't know, it just feels super playful, super fun, but also kind of like dark at the same time. Not even just sad lyrics, but dark lyrics. But at the same time, it feels kind of playful to me. And so I think it's a good mix because you're feeling that darkness and you are feeling for her and her emotions, but you're also not getting so wrapped up in that darkness. I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, so far we're like 5 for 5 with songs that make me feel sad, but that's not surprising again. But yeah, this is just another fun one. I don't relate to it because I wasn't homeschooled, but I can relate to like the sentiment of feeling like you don't belong. It's social suicide. I don't know. I just love this. I love this whole vibe right now. It's just giving. This is my least favorite so far, sonically. I'm not connecting to it on the same level that I did the other songs. It's a fun little pop punk moment. I don't know. It's social suicide. What does that remind me of? I survived a social suicide. What is that from?
Sat with the wrong guy, searching how to start a conversation on a website. Talked to the top guy, swore it was his type. Guess that he was making out with boys at the whole night. Everything do is tragic. Every guy I like is gay. The morning after I panic.
Sorry, I'm laughing because she said every guy I like is gay, and I have a friend that kind of has that same like experience with guys, so that's why I laughed. This girl cannot catch a break. She cannot catch one break. I think this one will grow on me. I'm not really feeling it on the level that I need to be right now, but it could grow. Yeah, that's what I needed. A tempo change? I'm laughing along like, yeah, I do want to curl up and dive. Wait, here's the thing with that song. It's a cool song. It is objectively a really cool song in my opinion. I just didn't like vibe with it on the same level that I did the other songs. I feel like it could grow on me because I really did like the vibe of it, especially toward the end of the song. I will say that Olivia's bridges are always really strong. She changes it in some major way beyond what most artists do, in my opinion. Her bridges always stand out. It feels like it elevates the song. This is something I will say about very few artists, honestly, because I feel like bridges, there's just not a lot of bridge queens. Some bridge queens I know of: Taylor Swift, Noah Kahan, he's a bridge king, and Olivia Rodrigo. Okay, those are just three that I thought of off the top of my head. But shout out to the bridge kings and queens of the world, because literally you make my world go round. I love a good bridge. I love a bridge that elevates the song. I think it can make or break a song at times. And so shout out to her bridges. But the next one is Making the Bed. This is one of the ones that I'm like, I have no idea what direction we're gonna go. Is it gonna be a ballad? Is it gonna be a pop punk moment? Is she actually gonna be making the bed? Like, why are we making the bed? It's gonna be slow. I don't know, I'm just guessing at this point. We're doing a sci-fi moment.
Want it so I got it, did it so it's done. Another thing I ruined, I used to do for fun. Another piece of plastic, thought it so I said it. Took it cause I can, another day pretending I'm older than I am. Another thing I forced to be a sign. But sometimes I feel like I don't wanna be where I am, getting drunk at a club. But it's me who's been making the bed. I'm so tired of being the girl that I am, playing the victim so well in my head. But it's me who's been making the bed, pull the sheets over my head. Every night I wake up from this one recurring dream. I'm driving through the city.
I love this song. When she started the song with that line, I'm making my bed, I'm doing it just to get it done, and it's another thing that I can't do right. I immediately felt like she was speaking to my soul. And then the sound of it is beautiful as well. I'm really connecting to this one. Shocker. And the title of this song makes so much sense now. The whole sentiment of like making the bed and now you have to lie in it. So that's what that means. Like, it makes sense now, because I was like, what are we gonna do with this song? Like, are you gonna make a song about the process of making your bed?
Can't swerve off the road. I read somewhere it's cause my life feels so out of control.
The production there, it's changing.
First attraction, they're changing my machinery. I got the things I wanted, it's just not what I imagined. But sometimes I feel like I don't.
Okay, I want to say I misheard the lyric. That was the first line of the song that I thought I really related to. I thought she was talking about making the bed, but she said want it, so I got it, so it's done. Another thing I ruined, I used to do just for fun. Oh wow, that's really sad. According to Genius, Rodrigo alludes to the time in her life when she would play music for fun, claims that she has ruined it. The pressures of her career may have slightly damaged her love for playing music. That's actually so real. I mean, they always say don't make your hobby a job, and in some cases you should make your hobby a job, but in some cases it takes away from your love of that thing. Another perfect moment that doesn't feel like mine, that's another one of my favorite lines, because it's that imposter syndrome of like, I don't really deserve this, or maybe you just feel like everyone around you is taking advantage of you and you don't feel like it's your thing. Getting drunk at a club with my fair weather friends. So I think that means that her friends aren't like reliable. They're not really deep friends. They're kind of just there whenever they want to be there and then they leave. It's me who's been making the bed. She is the one that became an artist, decided to write music. So she sort of feels like she's at fault for her life. You know, wow, this is kind of deep. If you really think about it, this is where my life is at and it's my own doing. And so I feel like I am at fault, but it is what I wanted. It is what I wanted and I chose it. They tell me they love me like I'm some tourist attraction. That is another one of my favorite lines. I mean, I got the things I wanted. It's just not what I imagined. I feel like that is the entire heart behind this album so far. In a way, everyone looks at her like she has a perfect life. You might look at Olivia Rodrigo and think, wow, like she is on top of the world. And yet she's revealing that it might not be all it seems. Being the it girl and being one of the most popular pop artists right now comes with its drawbacks. I don't know. This is just, it's crazy. It's revealing. It's honest. I love this song.
And I'm playing the victim so well in my head, but it's me who's been making the bed.
Like, she's not a victim because she did it herself, but that doesn't mean she deserves it. I think I said all my thoughts, but I love that song. I'm gonna let it just go into logical, which I have no idea what to expect with this one. I'm really excited for the ballads on this album. Like, I just want kind of a lot of ballads right now.
Master manipulator, God, you're so good at what you do. I fell for you like water falls from the February sky, but now the curse.
I love that. It's beautiful writing. I really like that piano.
You got me thinking 2 + 2 = 5, and I'm the love of your life. Oh, love is never logical.
Yeah, if I had to guess, deep down, I knew that this was probably going to be a love song. Like, love isn't logical. That just makes sense. Like, it's the logical explanation for what this song would be about. Whew, this is really pretty. It's really pretty. I mean, I feel like with Olivia's ballads, they take a few listens for me to like really, really get into them and be like obsessed with them. But I do think this is really pretty. The piano part is gorgeous. The lyrics, this is very similar to Sour for me. Like, very similar to kind of my experience like listening to that album and just the vibe of Sour. I just feel like this is Sour 2.0 in a lot of ways. I like that. I kind of like that she's staying with what she's comfortable with and what she shines at doing. Not to say there's anything wrong with like being a little experimental, but I think artists that kind of stay in their sweet spot, it can be really nice because you know their music, you know their sound, and you're familiar with it. So I don't know who she's talking about. I'm guessing that guy that she dated that everyone was saying was this and that and the other. Like, I don't really know anything about her dating life, but it's about gaslighting because she says, I couldn't get out if I tried. You convinced me it was all in my mind, and now you got me thinking 2 + 2 = 5. It seems like it's about him manipulating her and making her believe things that just weren't true. And she was manipulated. She thought changing him was possible because love isn't logical. So yeah, it makes sense. It's a good song. It just is. Like, I don't know. This whole freaking album is kind of really good so far.
And all the things you did to me.
The pain in her voice is raw.
Oh, and now you got me thinking 2 + 2 = 5.
This kind of reminds me of 1 step forward, 3 steps back, just because of the numbers, okay? It's just because of the numbers.
I'm sure that girl is really your friend. Loving you is loving every argument you held over my head. Brought up the girls you could have instead. Can't take a joke, can't get you off. Why do we do this?
What
I
are
look so stupid thinking 2 + 2 = 5. I'm the love of your life, possible.
I love the build of this song. Like, it's just getting more and more passionate. I love that. Get Out. I kind of love this song so much. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Logical, love is never logical.
Can she get out with the pretty little...
Responsible, and that makes me feel horrible.
Sorry, I have to text my friend about how this is gonna be her song because she was in a toxic, manipulative relationship. Absolute masterpiece. I will be taking no other opinions on the matter. I love the way that song built. That outro, it was so gorgeous. I just love the way her songs are made. She has the really pretty outros and it gets all breathy and airy and light. I don't know, like I'm literally about to start crying just because like I love her music so much, and like I'm gonna be so mad if people are just hating on this album because it's Olivia. It's something that just gets me because I don't know, for me her music is so good and I will defend her. I will defend her music and the quality of it. You obviously don't have to like it, but people that come for her for no freaking reason other than the fact that she's a young girl who makes music, young woman who makes music, those are the people that really piss me off. The next song is Get Him Back. We're going back. We're gonna do a pop punk song is my guess.
Wait, is this the song with the drums?
I met a guy in the summer and I left him in the spring.
I love
And a wandering eye. He said he's 6'2", and I'm like, dude, nice try. And he had such weird friends. Another song, another club, another bar, another dance. And when he said something wrong, he just fly me to France. That's when I'm feeling
casual.
right now.
Ooh. This one too.
Write him all these letters and I throw them in the trash. Cause I miss the way he kisses and the way he made me laugh.
The verses.
Disappointed friends because everyone knew all of the shit that he do. But I am my father's daughter, so maybe I could fix him.
Yeah, wait. This is the song. This is one of my favorites so far. I mean, do you hear it? The verses are so fun. They're such like old, you know, early 2000s pop punk, rocky, whatever. They're so fun. They're cheeky. They're a little bit dramatic. They're so camp. And I love her for that. I mean, he just flies me to France when, you know, we disagree. And like, he probably does. But the fact that she said it, it's camp. Like, this is such a camp album when you really think about it. It's sad camp. And I am here for all of it. I am literally here for everything she does at this point. I mean, I love when the chorus drops. Like, just don't even talk to me when that chorus drops. Like, don't come near me. Just let me be in my own little world. That reminds me of something. Like, I don't know. It's just so good. And I'm sure I'm not the first to say this, but I thought it was gonna be like, I want him back. I want to get him back. But it's a revenge song, and that makes so much more sense. It's just not what I saw coming. Like, literally every single song so far has been not what I expected. Maybe Logical was the most in line with what I might have expected, but like everything else, I've just been taken for a freaking ride.
I wanna break his heart.
And she just goes into these pretty, airy little moments. And it's like a little moment.
Just to tell her her son sucks. I want
Oh yes, Kia's car. Do it. No, do it.
I wanna kiss his face with an uppercut. I wanna meet his mom and tell her her son sucks.
I know I'm not clapping to a beat, but it just felt right. God, this album is such a fun mix of the pop punk rock and the ballads and the really intimate, like honest songs and the fun songs. I think this album, like Sour, has a good mix. Sour, I will say, was very, very heavy on the ballads. It was kind of weirdly laid out, in my opinion, like brutal. You know, you get that angry energy right away. And then there were a couple more songs, like obviously Good For You, one of the best songs on the album, Argue With The Wall, was on there and had that same energy. okay? And there were a couple others, but like there was a long stretch on that album that was just ballads, and it was kind of laid out weird to me. Like I would have rearranged the track list. This feels like it's laid out in a better way, at least so far. I feel like when I'm in the mood for a ballad and I'm in the mood to like stop listening to the really crazy songs, she gives that to me. And then when I'm ready to return to the crazy, she gives that to me too. This is just a perfect mix of everything that I feel like I needed personally from this album. Like I love this album so far. So the next one is Love is Embarrassing. Okay. It is. I mean, that's kind of an objective fact of life. Girl.
Told my friends you were the one after I'd known you like a month.
Yep, that's me.
Now it don't mean a thing. God loves fucking embarrassing. Just watch as I crucify myself.
Crucify herself.
Not worth mentioning, my God. Love's embarrassing as hell.
Oh, as hell. It is.
Sold you while you cried over your ex-girlfriend's new guy.
I had to double check that this wasn't a feature. I literally feel like Hayley Williams just came in. It sounded like Hayley Williams' voice. This one's so fun too. Like, why are these songs just so fun?
You found a new version of me, and I damn near started World War III. Jesus, what was I even doing? 'Cause now it don't mean a thing. Just watch as I crucify myself. My God, loves it.
I love that. My God, that's the best part of the song.
I give up everything I place my bets in, and I keep coming back for more. Love's fucking embarrassing. Just watch as I crucify myself. My God, love's it.
Oh my God, get out. Like, that is the best part of the album.
Coming back for more.
We all do it. We all do it. Ooh. Oh, yes. Listen. Okay, so that one, I loved it, but I was like slightly disconnected where I was like, I know if I listen to this again, like it's probably gonna be up there as one of my favorite songs. I know I've said so many of the songs are my favorite, but I mean it when I say it. I have a lot of favorites apparently. But yeah, I really like that. That was really fun. It was really catchy. I feel like it just kind of blended together with Get Him Back because they're both that same kind of vibe and energy. And so I just felt a little bit like it was running together. And I'm sure if I listened to it more, it would probably be differentiable. But I loved that My God part. Like, I'm not gonna shut up about it. I'm sorry. It was the best part of the album. It was just so satisfying when she said it. Yeah, this is like pop punk rock Olivia at her pop punk rock Olivia-ist. And I wasn't sure we were gonna get it, but sure enough we have. Okay, sorry, I just had to text my cousin saying you better listen to this album because she was like not gonna listen to it. And I'm sorry.
You have to.
The next is The Grudge. Okay, tell me why I'm thinking of, is there a horror movie with a grudge character in it or something? Is that a thing or am I making it up? Yeah, The Grudge is a horror movie. Tell me why that's what I'm thinking of when I could just be thinking of normal things. I just Googled a photo of The Grudge in order to edit it into the reaction and audibly screamed. But, I mean, yeah, she's just, this album, like, I don't know. I'm really enjoying this. So I'm really having the time of my little life over here. But the next one is The Grudge. Okay. I just can't predict where it's gonna go anymore. Like, I give up on trying. Okay, also, shout out to my lipstick, Rare Beauty. Rare Beauty lipstick. You heard it here first. Selena Gomez. I actually have it right here. I just wanted to shout it out because Rare Beauty is good quality. This has to be punk rock, but I'm probably wrong. And it's already a ballad. Like, I can already tell it's a ballad.
We have nightmares each week about that Friday in May. One phone call from you and my entire world was changed. Confusion that still lingers. Took everything I loved and crushed it in between your fingers. And I doubt you ever think about the damage that you did, but I hold on to every detail like my life depends on it. I hold it like a grudge. Now I hear your voice every time that I think I'm not enough.
Enough for you.
I say that I'm fine, but you know I can't let it go.
Oh, the build. It's gonna build. It's gonna explode.
Give, but I don't feel strong. And the shower, in the car, and in the mirror before bed. Yeah, I'm so tough when I'm alone. Hurt people, and we both drew blood. But man, those cuts were never.
Vampire.
I say that I'm fine, but you know I can't let it go. I've tried for so long.
I need it to build. That's my one thing, is like, if it doesn't build, I'm gonna be disappointed. Oh, sorry.
Your flowers filled with vitriol. You bend me up to watch me fall. You have everything and you still want more.
She's mentioned a couple times this idea of this person like building her up, or like building a castle and then it all crumbling down. I think that's interesting that she's mentioned it on multiple occasions. Kind of just something I'm noting. Since she's repeating it, I would guess that it's something she's trying to put at the forefront, an idea that really sums up how she feels.
But you know I can't let it go. I've tried for so long.
For so long.
Not quite sure I'm there yet.
Yeah, I hold grudges for a really long time, so. Oops. Okay, so that one, you know, sonically and production-wise, because y'all know I'm a production person. Like, I'm a production girly. I love really strong production, and for that one, I felt like the production fell flat. It just didn't really get to where I needed it to get within the song. I really wanted it to build. I really wanted something to happen. She did have a little bit of that at the end, but it still kind of felt like it wasn't enough to keep my interest. But I still like the lyrics a lot. I thought they were beautifully written. Sonically, my least favorite so far. Maybe it'll be a grower, honestly, because the first time I heard Traitor, I was like, okay, like she's pretty, but I don't know. And then like I love that song so much now. So the next one is Pretty Isn't Pretty. I have been really curious about this one. I just feel like it's gonna be a gorgeous ballad that has like the most heart-wrenching lyrics that just punch you in the face and the heart and the gut, because that's what Olivia's music feels like. It feels like she's punching you in the gut over and over and over again, and she manages to put words to emotions that I don't know how to put words to. She is one of few artists that I will say that about. She just manages to put words to exactly what I'm experiencing. And I know I'm older than her, and like I am not in the same exact stage of life as her, and yet her music is still so relatable to me. And I think that just says a lot about her and her emotions. And I know she always talks about how her favorite place to be and her favorite thing to do is write songs alone in her room. And I think that says so much. Like, her favorite moments of her life are not the ones where she's on stage with everyone admiring her. Her most sacred times are when she's alone in her room. I just think that's so interesting and like so revealing. And I think it really shows how down to earth she is as an artist. She wants to create music. She wants to write songs. She wants to put all her emotions and all her diary entry type of thoughts into music. She cares. Like, she cares about what she's doing. It's not just like a cash grab. And that's something I just respect so much about her. I have so much respect for Olivia Rodrigo. It really, really fires me up when people are disrespectful toward her. When people just come at her relentlessly with such hateful comments at times, it really pisses me off. Like, it really gets under my skin. And so anyway, yeah, under my skin. It's kind of like under my skin. Pretty Isn't Pretty. Okay. I mean, it's not. I never can predict where it's gonna go. I thought this was gonna be a ballad. I like this production. She's cute.
Bought a bunch of makeup, trying to cover up my face.
Yeah.
Stopped eating cake on birthdays. Bought a new prescription to try and stay calm.
I literally did that this week.
There's always something in the mirror that I think looks wrong. And pretty isn't pretty enough. I could change up my body, change up my face. I could try every lipstick in every shade. 'Cause pretty isn't pretty enough anyway.
Another song that's giving me chills. I literally have chills all over. I might just be cold, okay? I'm wearing a tank top. This is exactly how I pictured it. It's those lyrics that just punch you right in the face with like, this is how you're feeling, and I put words to it. I love her honesty. I love her rawness, because obviously, like, looking at Olivia Rodrigo, I'm looking at the album cover right now, and I'm like, she is flawless. I do not see a single flaw. I know it's an album cover, it might be edited, but anytime I see a picture of her, I'm like, she looks amazing. She's gorgeous. So anyway, yeah, this is... And I thought this was gonna be a ballad, but it's a bop. Like, low-key, why are we bopping through the pain? I feel like this is another one that could be my go-to, like when I'm feeling down about the way I look. Like, we all get down about the way we look. So, also, she mentioned like having an eating disorder, which I'm honestly gonna say does not surprise me. I did see some of her photos and she looked very, very thin, and I was like, I hope she is okay. I hope she's doing all right. And so it's not shocking to me, especially knowing the industry and how much pressure is put on her. I mean, the hate comments when a celebrity has any amount of cellulite on their body, any amount of fat on their body. I don't know. It's just like we live in such a messed up world.
But you'll never win the war.
I love this like lower, darker sound.
I try to ignore it. It's everything I see. It's on the poster on the wall. It's in the shitty magazine. It's in my phone. It's in my head.
Yeah,
it's in the boys
it's
I bring to bed. Everybody's keeping it up. Do you think it's you? And I wore the clothes that they told me to buy. I chased them down like Dio my whole fucking life. You just feel like shit over and over again.
What's really cool about this song, I mean, it sounds like she's spiraling. It literally just sounds like stream of consciousness, thoughts going all over the place. Yeah, just spiraling. And that's exactly how it feels in your mind when you experience this feeling. It's so heartbreaking when you really think about the lyric. The lyric, pretty isn't pretty enough. It's pretty, but it's not enough. You're pretty, but you're not skinny enough. You're pretty, but you don't have a gap in your thighs. You're pretty, but it just keeps going. And I am so over the societal expectations we put on people. I know I'm not the only one. Like, I'm not the only one who is sick of this, but I am so sick of the way that we view women in this country, in this society. It is disgusting. Billie Eilish should not post a photo where she looks normal, happy, living her life, and immediately get a ton of comments making fun of her for her weight or whatever the case may be. No one should feel the way that some people are making them feel. And the sad thing is, like, no one's watching this video who probably needs to hear this message. It's probably a lot of people who agree with me and feel the same way. So the last song on this album is called Teenage Dream. I am so curious if it's gonna be a ballad, if it's gonna be pop punk, if it's gonna be sad, or if it's gonna be hopeful, because this has been a very sad album. I don't think there's been a single song that has not been sad. And I will say the same thing about Sour, except for Hope You're Okay. Hope You're Okay was this like hopeful moment, and the finishing off on a positive sort of, I mean, it was a sad song, but like the sentiment of like, I hope you're okay, I'm hopeful that like you're doing better now, that was present. And so I am wondering if like we're gonna get that hopeful element or if it's just gonna be depressing AF. Either way, I'm excited. But Teenage Dream, I feel like she's gonna say something about how life is not a teenage dream, and that's gonna be sad. But it is giving Katy Perry. I mean, it just is. I feel like I'm living a teenage dream. Like, we are not about to get that energy, especially hearing that piano. That piano sounds depressed.
When am I gonna stop being wise beyond my years and just start being wise? When am I gonna stop being a pretty young thing to guys?
To guys?
When am I gonna stop being great for my age and just start being good? When will it stop being?
Okay.
I'll blow out the candles, happy birthday to me. But I fear that they already got all the best parts of me. And I'm sorry that I couldn't always be your teenage dream.
This whole album is about image. It's about how she feels like these expectations and this pressure and this image has been created for her and placed on her when she's literally just a teenage girl. Like, at the end of the day, Olivia Rodrigo is literally a teenager. If she didn't do music, she would be going to high school. She would be your classmate. She would be your friend. She would just be a normal girl. And I think we just need to realize that. It's so easy to put celebrities and like artists and whatever on a pedestal, but like, it's not realistic. I'm sorry I couldn't be your teenage dream. Like, yeah, I'm not surprised that this is like a slow, sad, depressed sounding song. When she said happy birthday, it just reminded me of Renee Rapp, the last song on her album called 23. The album's called Snow Angel. She says something about like happy birthday to me, blow out my candles, I'm 23. So it just reminded me of that. This like, I'm growing older, but I just feel so much pressure.
Will I spend all the rest of my years wishing I could go back?
I hate that.
Happy birthday to me.
This is another one that's gonna have to grow on me sonically though. It's just running together with the other ballads for right now.
Teenage dream. They all say that it gets better. It gets better the more you grow. Yeah, they all say.
What is with this pretty high-pitched outros?
What if I don't know? They all say that it gets better. It gets better. It gets better.
Okay. I think she's destroyed me enough. That should be good. Thank you. Oh, I love that production to finish out this. What is she gonna do at the end here? What was that? Was that like a little baby clip of her when she was a baby? What a lovely, hopeful way to end the album. That outro saying, you know, they always say it gets better, but what if I don't get better? I was just, I think about that daily because people are always saying it gets better. No matter what stage of life you're at, they're always like, oh, the best is yet to come. Like, it gets better. I'm not seeing it get better yet. In fact, I'm seeing it kind of get worse. I think there's so much pressure too. Like, she kind of talks about this in Brutal, but the pressure to like enjoy your youth, the pressure to really just soak it all in while you're young and all those things. And it's not realistic, really. I mean, you can try, but it's easier said than done. And so, yeah, that was just so real. Honestly, I loved this album. I loved the lyrics so much all throughout. I would say sonically, I feel like I connected more with the first half of the album, but there were also songs on the second half that I just feel like need to grow. Honestly, I feel like they're gonna be growers, or I just need to take some more time with, because I feel like a lot of the ballads kind of started running together and a lot of the pop punk songs kind of started running together as well. And that kind of happened the first time I listened to Sour as well. All of the ballads were just running together and I was like, these are pretty, but like, I need more time. I mean, I didn't realize at the time that I needed more time, but I needed more time to like let them fully sink in. And wow, I truly have so much respect for Olivia Rodrigo, and I get frustrated when people don't take her seriously, because I just don't know how you can listen to this album and not think she's talented. Like, call me crazy, but that's just kind of my opinion. I can't wait to spend more time with this album because it's one of those albums that I'm like, I need a minute to process it, but the lyrics were so honest, so raw, so beautiful all throughout, just like she always does. And I loved the mix of ballads and upbeat songs. I feel like there was a really good mix and it was kind of laid out on the album well. And yeah, I don't know. I'm truly impressed. And I don't just say that because like I'm an Olivia fan, because I was actually really anxious going into this album. I was like, what if I hate it? What if I absolutely hate this album that I've been so excited about? And so I'm really, really glad that I love this, and I hope you did too. I really do. Sending you a hug, because honestly, you probably need it after listening to this album. Hard to say what my favorites even were. I mean, I'm just never gonna get over the start of the album being All American Bitch. I knew All American Bitch I claimed it, and then I claimed that song, and it's mine. I have taken it. I've claimed it, and then I took it. I so enjoyed listening to this album. It was just such a joy. I mean, like, it was sad, but it was such a joy to just like hear her music again, after all this time. So deep breath, in and out, we'll get through this. We'll get through this. I think you're pretty. I just want to say that. I think you're pretty. I'm just still thinking about pretty isn't pretty. But yeah, I appreciate the straightforward writing in Olivia's music because there's something about it. It feels straightforward, but not like too straightforward to being cheesy. I don't know how to describe it, but I always know what's going on in her songs. Wink, wink. And I really appreciate that because like as a Lana Del Rey fan, like it's refreshing. This is my album ranking. Okay, please don't mind the fact that I just worked out, but I decided to actually bring you guys along for my process of ranking this album because I kind of just want to highlight how difficult it is to rank an album. And I really like putting my rankings at the end to give you guys an idea of my favorites and like which ones aren't my favorite. But honestly, my rankings are always changing and they're always so hard to do, especially the middle section, because I usually have favorites and least favorites, but like the middle section is the hardest part. So I thought I would bring you guys along. So we have the 12 tracks here. I already know my least favorite, and that is The Grudge. It has not really grown on me. I feel like sonically, for me personally, it's the weakest on the album. So I'm going to go ahead and put that last right off the bat. Above that, my second to last favorite is Teenage Dream. That's another one that like, I think it's really pretty. It could definitely grow on me more. Same with The Grudge, but I honestly just feel like it's not sonically all the way there for me. Like, it's good, it's really pretty, but like I'm a production girly, you know me. So I needed just a little bit more. But I still think those are both good songs. Like, I don't think they're bad or anything. They're just definitely my least favorites. And then I think Lacy has to be third from the bottom. I know this can be controversial. A lot of people really love this song. I do too. I love this song. I think it's gorgeous. But there are so many freaking good songs on this album. It's more a matter of something has to go last. Like, not everything can be first. So I went ahead and put Lacy third from the bottom. It feels wrong. Like, it really does feel wrong. So I've listened to the album 3 total times, like in its entirety, because I've been busy editing. So Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl is my favorite. I think it's my favorite. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that right at the top. Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl. And this is where it gets really hard because I literally love all of the rest of the songs with every fiber of my being. It's not that I don't love the other ones, but like these are all such strong songs in my opinion. Like the strongest for me. Like I have the strongest love for them. And there's like 8 of them. So this is where it gets really hard. I'll go ahead and put a song that I love right here. So like obviously I love Bad Idea Right. I'll put that right there. See, All American Bitch, I go back and forth. Sometimes when I listen, I'm like, it's definitely by like lower on my ranking. And then sometimes when I listen, it's like my #1 favorite. So I literally don't know. I guess I will put it here because I don't think I can rightfully put it above Bad Idea Right, but it's definitely above Lacy. Love is Embarrassing was actually my #1 favorite at first. And it's still, like, it's literally still one of my favorites. But realistically, I think she'll... The thing is, All American Bitch, I was just listening to it and I'm like, that's the best song I've ever heard in my life. So how am I supposed to put Love is Embarrassing above that one, even though I also love Love is Embarrassing so much? Like the My God part is my favorite part of the whole album, y'all. That has not changed. I'm gonna go ahead and put Love is Embarrassing. Like, I don't know. Is that terrible? Yeah, it is. Logical, oh my gosh, okay, I was just listening to this song at the gym, of all places, and like, it is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. I want to make it very clear that it should be there, it should be everywhere, like every song should just be everywhere. That made no sense. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it, you know what, I have to do the logical thing here, I have to just put it right there. Pretty Isn't Pretty. I just decided at the gym that it was my #1 favorite, but then Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl came on and I was like, wait, so I think I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna listen to my gut. Pretty Isn't Pretty has my favorite like production on the album, and I also love the lyrics, obviously, like relatable AF, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it right there. Making the Bed, Get Out. Like, this song does not exist. I wish it was real. That would be great if it was real. I literally don't even know where to put this. Like, Bad Idea Right, Logical, like, it's the best song ever written. Like, I don't, literally all of these are. Like, In My Soul, I don't know if I like it more or less than Bad Idea, right? It's so hard to rank the singles, you know what I mean? Because you've listened to them a billion times, and I've only listened to Pretty Isn't Pretty like 5 times, whereas I've listened to the rest hundreds of times, literally. So I'm gonna I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, I know this is wrong, but I'm gonna put it there. I mean, it's not wrong, it's just, it feels wrong. It always feels wrong to put songs that I love so much anywhere beyond like the top 3. This is how I know I love the album, is because literally, like, all of these songs, I want them to be higher, you know? Like, I am not disrespecting Lacy. It is such a beautiful song. I really love that song. But like, something has to go toward the bottom, okay? I am disrespecting these a little bit because right now they're my skips. But Get Him Back, oh my gosh. Like, I have never heard a song that goes harder than this song. So I guess, like, I don't know where to put it though. Maybe here? Like, is that wrong? Because Logical is so beautiful. Okay, I'm just gonna put it there. Vampire, okay, I just listened to Vampire again, and my love for that song was refueled in a very overwhelming way. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and put that there. And that's my album ranking for now, okay? I brought you into the process. You saw how difficult it was. And this is like the 5th time I've tried to rank this album, okay? I need you to know this is not my first rodeo. Like, this was the fastest I have ranked it. I tried to be quick so that I wouldn't waste your time, but just know it's really hard, and I love this album so much. I really, really do. So yeah, thanks for not coming at me in the comments for my ranking. Thank you guys so much for watching, really, for being here. I really, seriously, thank you. I hope you have a very beautiful little night, day, morning, time. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. You're pretty, and don't ever forget it. Bye.